Namaste. Welcome to Petals of Biology. Petals of Biologyയിലേക്ക് വീണ്ടും സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ന്യൂക്ലിയസിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ടാണ്. Today we are going to discuss the ultrastructure and function of nucleus. So let us begin with the detailed structure and function of nucleus. The nucleus is composed of various structures, namely nuclear membrane, nuclear sap or nucleoplasm, nuclear matrix, chromatin, and nucleolus. The nuclear membrane forms an envelope-like structure around the nucleus, and it is commonly known as nuclear envelope. The nuclear envelope separates the nucleoplasm from cytoplasm. The electron microscopic studies of the nuclear envelope revealed that it is composed of two unit membranes, an outer membrane and an inner membrane. Each membrane is about 75 to 90 angstrom in thickness, and it is lipoproteinaceous in nature. The outer and inner nuclear membranes remain separated by a space known as perinuclear space. The outer membrane often remains rough due to the presence of ribosomes in its surface, and it extends to the membranes of endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, and mitochondria. The inner nuclear membrane contains no ribosomes, and it is smooth and it is associated with the chromatin. The inner nuclear membrane is followed by a supporting membrane of a unit known as fibrous lamina, which is 300 angstrom in thickness. At certain places, the nuclear envelope is interrupted by certain pores known as nuclear pores. The number of nuclear pores is variable depending upon the species and the type of cell. The nuclear pores are octagonal in shape and have the diameter 600 angstrom. These are enclosed by a circular structure known as annulae. The pores and annulae are collectively known to form the pore complex. The pore complex remains arranged hexagonally on the surface of the nuclear envelope. The annulae have an outer diameter of 1200 angstrom and an inner diameter between 0 and 400 angstrom. The nuclear pore complex remains covered by a thin membrane, and it may serve as a special structure for the selective permeability. The membranes of nuclear envelope performs various functions. The pore complex remains covered by a membrane known as septum. This thin membrane serves as a special structure for the selective permeability. It allows the free exchange of ions. The membranes of nuclear envelope performs various functions. It not only allows the exchange of ions, but also it allows the exchange of other molecules between the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Sometimes it acts as a barrier for the exchange of some of the molecules. In the case of the salivary glands of Drosophila, the nuclear membrane acts as a barrier for the exchange of ions such as sodium, potassium, etc. The pores on the surface of the nuclear membrane allows the exchange of these type of ions and other molecules. The ribonuclear protein granules leave the nucleoplasm through the nuclear pore to the cytoplasm. The permeability of the pore complex depends upon the metabolic state of the cell, type, and size of the molecule. The nuclear envelope disappears during cell division and reappears during nuclear organization. The space between the nuclear envelope and nucleolus is filled by a granular matrix, which is commonly known as nuclear sap, nucleoplasm, or karyolymph. The nuclear components such as chromatin fibers are seen in the nucleoplasm. It is composed of nuclear proteins and also contains inorganic and organic compounds as well as nucleic acids, proteins, and minerals. The nucleic acids of the nucleoplasm are DNA and RNA. The proteins of the nucleoplasm can be categorized into two: histone proteins and non-histone proteins. Histone proteins are basic in nature, while non-histone proteins are acidic in nature. The proteins which take basic stains are known as basic proteins. The basic proteins of the nucleus are nucleoproteins. The acidic proteins either occur in the nucleoplasm or in the chromatin. The nucleoplasm contains many enzymes which are necessary for the synthesis of DNA and RNA. Most of the nuclear enzymes are composed of non-histone proteins. The most important nuclear proteins are DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase, nucleoside triphosphate, guanase, aldolase, etc. The chromatin fibers present in the nuclear matrix condenses to chromosomes during cell division. Chromatin fibers condenses to chromosomes during cell division, and they are the sites of nuclear activity such as replication and transcription. The chromatin fibers are long thread-like structures. Later it transforms to chromosomes with chromatids as well as centromere. The chromosomes are the sites of DNA and proteins. There are two different types of chromatins are recognized in the chromosomes. They are euchromatin and heterochromatin. The highly condensed region of the chromosomes are known as heterochromatins. The heterochromatins usually occur around the nucleus and in the periphery. The diffused region of the chromatin is known as the euchromatin, and it contains large amount of DNA. Heterochromatins are highly coiled while euchromatins are loosely coiled. Heterochromatin is having granules while euchromatin is devoid of granules. Heterochromatin is supposed to be genetically inactive and it replicates late in the synthetic phase. And euchromatin part is having large amount of DNA, so definitely it take part in the protein synthesis. While euchromatin is the genetically active region with a large amount of DNA, and it take part in the initiation of transcription and protein synthesis. So today in this video tutorial I have discussed with you the first part of nucleus up to heterochromatin and euchromatin, and this class will be continued in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.